Okay, we've got a lot to get through in 10 minutes, so let's start with the news. Death of Dracula is going into a second printing. It was released last month and it sold so well that they're going into a second printing. It is actually the prelude to the new X-Men series, so you should probably check that one out if you're enjoying the X-Men. Buffy Season 8 only has 5 issues left to go. Joss Whedon's going to stop writing them after the next 5 issues, so if you're reading it already, sorry, it's about to end. Star Wars Legacy ends this month at issue 50, so all those Star Wars Legacy fans, it's about to end. But there is a new Star Wars comic called Old Republic, which is based on the new game that's coming out, hopefully very soon. So if you're interested in that, pick that up. Marvel is also going to start ending and starting new series. Wolverine Origins ends this month, but Wolverine starts next month. Dark Wolverine is ending, but coming back at #1 entitled Ken Dark Wolverine, and X-Force is ending at the end of Second Coming, but will be starting again in October with a new X-Force team. So keep an eye out for those. Kick-Ass fans will rejoice because Kick-Ass 2 is starting in August, and it follows beautifully from the end of the first run. As far as shop news goes, we've got bucket loads of new trades, so if you want to come in and check out all of the new trades that we've got in, we had to order up big after a massive success at Supanova, so come on in store and check that out. Hopefully you'll also be able to have a look at them on the web shop, because we are updating the web shop at the moment. I know it's been a long time since we've done anything to it, but we're updating that with all the current releases and going through our back stock as well. So hopefully over the next couple of weeks you'll see a lot more things on the web shop if you're interested in checking that out. And I'm also trying to do a few more updates on the website, including we are going to be doing 24-hour Comics Day. There's been so much excellent response in us actually doing it that we are going ahead with it. So if you want to register for that, because you do have to register beforehand, go onto the website, register on there, or pop in store and give us your details here. We do require registration before the event, but that gives you time up until the beginning of, at the end of September. So that's pretty much it for the news. Let's go straight over to the reviews. Here we go, let's start with X-Men. X-Men #1 has just come out, and it is a brilliant read. I know most people are looking at it, seeing the vampires, and they're going, oh, they're just trying to be trendy and all that sort of stuff. Yes, of course they are. That's part of the deal, you know, they're going to sell stuff. But it's not that way. It's not some, work off Twilight rubbish. It's actually based a lot like, if you've ever seen the Blade movies, a lot like that. And reading through it, it is a lot darker, grittier, and real it feels right. And speaking of Blade, he's going to be coming into the actual series, so it is actually worth checking out, and I do suggest picking this up. If you're into the X titles at all, it's worth picking up. What else have we got? Let's go with Super Soldier, or Steve Rogers' Super Soldier. If you've ever liked anything like Captain America or anything like that, any of the things that he's doing at the moment, being director of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that, you'll probably enjoy this. It brings him into... Basically, he's trying to find a scientist that started doing the whole super soldier type stuff again. So it's going back to who Captain America was originally. And it's also showing his naivety in the position that Fury was in. So it's worth checking out if you like Captain America. If you don't, I don't know, I'd probably stick with one of the Avengers titles because he's downplayed in that and turns out to be a better character. But otherwise, I think you should probably pick this up. What else have we got? Batman and Robin. At the end of the previous issue, there was such a huge reveal of who Sextant was, and yeah, it's interesting, and it flows beautifully into this. And it's a little bit jumpy at the beginning, and you're like, wait a minute, didn't that just happen at the end of the previous issue? But it's not that bad. As you get through, it's like 6 days earlier. But it's really worth reading. The artwork's a little iffy. They changed artists, and even the previous stuff was a bit iffy, but this is, yeah. but the story is brilliant. If you can look past the artwork, definitely get this. I'm loving Batman and Robin. Excellent series. Obviously, it's been a few weeks since the last time I did some reviews, so I'm going to just go back and cover 3 comics that I thought were worth covering. First off was Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park was a revolutionary movie when it originally came out. And this story basically follows the kids that were in the first movie. Basically, they have all the research of their grandfather and all that sort of stuff, and they have decided to recreate Jurassic Park. Little fools. But it is an enjoyable story, a little bit jumpy in places. It reads like a movie script, which in some cases is good, in some cases is bad. I enjoyed it, and I think if you enjoy Jurassic Park, it's worth picking this one up. Batman Detective Comics came out last week, number 866. This is becoming a sort of backstory comic. I don't know what it was like previously because I never really read the Detective Comics, but as far as I was aware, it actually continued stories in the Batman universe. This is sort of a flashback type one. Basically, Dick Grayson is remembering a case that he originally helped Batman solve and all that sort of stuff, and his first encounter with the Joker. So it's a bit of a flashback type comic, but the way they had the different kinds of artwork between them and stuff like that, it actually turned out to be a really, really good comic. Some people won't enjoy the artwork, but I still think it's worth picking up. If you like Dick Grayson as Batman, this is worth picking up for sure. And last of all is Wonder Woman 600. Oh, these things are brilliant. I mean, I'm going to start reading Wonder Woman and Superman because Straczynski's going to be writing it. But this was brilliant. It had 4 stories from memory that were semi-unrelated. They just told you who Wonder Woman was. And one of the stories was actually the sort of prelude, the lead-in to what Straczynski's going to be doing from 601. And it looks like it's going to be brilliant. I'm really looking forward to checking out the next couple of issues, which incidentally are coming out this week. And seriously, there's like a list of 20 artists on here. There's pin-ups, there's all sorts of stuff. If you've ever wanted to get into Wonder Woman and you weren't sure, pick this up. This is the issue you want to start at. It is brilliant. Check it out for sure. Basically, that's it for comic reviews. I just wanted to go over a few of the things that have been happening because, as you know, a couple of weeks ago, Supanova happened and we were there. It was brilliant, but it was so full on that I actually lost my voice for almost an entire week. Which is why this video is late. So basically I'd just like to go back and show you how insane it all was.
Days in a watery cave, another song for the day that I take to the grave. I gotta be the first to see the spectre. Everybody wants to be friends with the nectar protector. 17 skulls in a hole in the woods. Already know of the low, then I know of the goods. You can't see but lo and behold her. It's funny how we think with the heads when the shoulder is colder. This is the truth about it. You'll learn to never doubt it. The whole affair is shrouded in living mystery. So what goes on in your tree when all you know is your evil shadow has a cup of tea? Back in elementary school, there was a kid we knew. We considered him cool, and when his eyes turned red, the principal said he was gonna go mad from the things in his head. 17 days later, somebody told us there was no more school, and the principal sold us to the ice cream shop down the street, where it seemed there was nothing they'd let us eat, so we screamed. This is the truth about it. You'll learn to never doubt it. The whole affair is shrouded in living mystery. So what goes on in your tree when all you know is your evil shadow has a cup of tea? It's never too late to take the chance of a lifetime under the weight of life and chance and death. And it's never too far out. We don't know how the sun became a star. They say it's always been that way.